What's going on, everybody? Where are you hiding, everybody? We're going to wait for a few people to come in here. A few moments. Let's see. What's going on, Reaper Talent 92? All right. Set our usual special guest in here. What's going on, Big D? What's going on, Big D?
Not much. Yeah. Unfortunately, I got worse lighting than last time, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So,
if I sit in the middle, it'd make it a bit easier. Hold on, let me move some of this. Let me see if it'll do that. Immediately made it worse.
Okay. So, basically, Adam James wanted me to bring up the reason why we don't accept Carson Wentz as far as, what he's done and why we don't acknowledge him now. So I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, the reason why we don't care for him anymore is because it's very simple. If anyone's heard his press conference, it basically implied that he bitched his way out of Philadelphia, that he pretty much tucked his head into a shell like the turtle he is after that Packers game. And the reason why we don't acknowledge it is because, number one, we're not going to fanboy over him for no reason, and number two, we don't want to come off as bitter.
Yeah.
I've been accused of being bitter just because I've called it the way I saw it. But the thing is, let's not forget the amount of excuses that have been made for this fucking guy over the years, in contrast to somebody like Donovan McNabb, who did not want to play for any other team. I remember before we ultimately traded him in the 2009 season, there were rumors of him going to the Raiders and Rams, and I believe he said that I want to play for the Eagles. He didn't want to play for any other team.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, he wasn't going to say. Of course, after he got traded, he wasn't going to just not play for another team after that. But he just said he didn't want to. But he was going to.
So my main thing is the reason why we don't acknowledge Carson Wentz is because he quit on us. Forget about all of his work that he's done. The franchise record for touchdowns in a season and yards in a season. He hasn't showed up in the playoffs. And also he quit on us when we needed him the most.
Right. And the thing is, nobody is going to take away possibly being the MVP if he wasn't hurt during that 2017 season. But here's the thing. After he came back, he has never even come close to reaching that potential.
You're right.
And not to mention, of course, it's probably my boy Grizz, I believe, is correct about this, that it's mostly all mental, that he never mentally recovered from Nick Foles taking his place and winning the Super Bowl. But I would say that over the years, the team itself didn't do him, kind of enabled him over the years by automatically handing him his starting job back, and he didn't even have to earn it.
Yeah.
When Nick Foles didn't do entirely that bad. And Nick Foles almost taking us back a second time. Probably would have if Alshon hadn't dropped that ball. But the thing is, you don't really know how things would have truly turned out. You really don't.
Right. Because I really think the pressure of Nick Foles really got to him. Like, if you have to have a lot of mental freaking capacity to deal with us, man. Like, we're going to be very critical about every part of your game, and that's every single position, especially the quarterback. We're going to be especially critical of the quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
I just don't get why he wouldn't want to compete for a job, the number one spot. I just don't get it.
I don't know. Maybe it's because the franchise put him on this pedestal to begin with, and may have kind of inflated his ego a little bit. I don't know.
He also thought he was.
Probably thought he was. He probably thought he was bigger than he was just because.
Shout out to Kev Smith. Will the Eagles acknowledge EDP? No. That's probably all I'm going to say
acknowledge him as what?
A fat fuck. That's probably it.
And a child predator, but whatever.
Yep, that's all.
The reason I would give my 2 cents, but the reason why I haven't done that yet is, number one, I've been busy with real life shit, and he's not entirely all that worth it. And number two, every time I do have time to acknowledge his sorry ass, it seems like Tyson comes up with new material. And whenever Tyson comes up with something new, it's a bit too good not to use.
Oh, Kev Smith is a Washington football team fan? Good luck to you guys, but I don't think you're winning the division. And also shout out to MC Philly. What's up, guys? How's it going? Where you hiding? I'm doing fine, man. Where you hiding? So, yeah, just for those tuning in, we're talking about why Carson Wentz, pretty much why we don't acknowledge Carson Wentz and the work that he put in at all, because he's just a quitter. I don't like quitters in Philadelphia. That's not a Philly mentality. You're weak to me.
Far from it.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have the mental capacity to deal with
regardless of, sorry to cut you off, but I would say that the guy, despite whether or not he'll actually be any good or he'll even measure up to Donovan McNabb, let alone the likes of Tommy Thompson, but the guy that has the right Philadelphia attitude is the guy who took over for Wentz.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
He said
that was the nail in the coffin.
He said all the right stuff, and he proved his worth, and he proved why he deserved to be the number one man here.
And to further back that up, he even alluded to the fact that he's still got ways to go. He knows that.
Yeah, he does. I'm wishing
I'm just looking for
Carson Wentz, but I'm looking forward for the Eagles.
To be honest with you, I feel pretty indifferent. Your problem now, Indy.
Yep.
So far, nothing's really popped up yet, which can only be good news for them. The only thing that truly surfaced was the whole number change thing. Which, by the way, when somebody sent that, when somebody told me about that, I went to go look at it. I'm like, wait a minute. Wentz isn't bitching about giving up his number. No, he's accepting it.
Yeah.
No, he's letting the guy have his old number. And
he knows
the number he ironically chose was 2. Well, that's all right. Jalen Hurts is now 1, and the guy who took 2 is now Darius Slay.
Darius Slay is wearing number 2 now?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Shout out to Kev Smith. We swept the Eagles and Cowboys, so we probably have a better chance other than the Giants. I don't know about that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they do at quarterback, but I will say this: that Chase Young guy's pretty good, and so is Terry McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
But,
all right. So other Eagles news. What do you think is going on with Ertz? There's a lot of news busting about Ertz.
I don't know at this point. I don't know where he's going to go, but we can't hang on to him that much longer. We really can't.
Right. Like I'm hearing that
he's another cap casualty. And he really didn't do a damn thing. He could probably turn it around this year, maybe, but I just don't see it.
Yeah.
And maybe Goddard finally needs a fair shot to really show what he can do.
Yeah, I think so. He really needs to be that number one guy. Like, he can break tackles.
Goddard is an odd duck to me. It seems like he's good some games and he just doesn't show up others, but I don't know if you can entirely fault that on him.
I know what you can fault him on, his durability. He's there for like half the games.
Right. I'm sorry about that.
Uh-oh. Lights out.
There we go. Yeah, I gotta pay attention to that.
But I think if Goddard had like a real chance to shine, he's going to put up like at least 700 yards for us. We love throwing to the tight ends. We love utilizing our tight ends.
I think Sirianni will retain a 2 tight end set. I think he will, but I don't know.
Hey, thanks for checking out the channel, Kev Smith. Catch you later, man. Philly.
What the hell does he mean we denied facts?
Whatever, man.
I mean, I admire the optimism, but
so who do you guys think we could trade for or sign? That's it after June 1st.
Oh wait, I was just about to say, it just came to me now. I will give Washington credit here. They put up the best fight against Tampa Bay during that playoff series, so we still got to give them that.
And their quarterback wasn't too shabby either. What's his name? Heineken?
Yeah. That's probably who's going to be their starter.
Yeah. I wouldn't name anybody else a starter. That's the guy you depend on, and he's young too. He's a very good quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Well,
it seems like in recent history, Washington has done better with later round unknown starters than they have first round picks.
Yeah. Boy. I'm running out of things to say. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, boy.
Don't fall flat where you're hiding. Who could we trade with? Because I
was thinking Texans, but I don't know. I don't know what the hell they would try to offer in return.
I'm thinking, yeah, but their budget.
I looked up the AFC teams that needed tight ends, and the results that came up. This was months ago. Jacksonville and Houston, but Jacksonville's already got that covered.
What's going on, Adriel? Where you hiding? I want Steven Nelson. Still have hope in him. He's not bad.
Oh, I do too.
He's not bad. I like him.
Me too.
Man, it's hot. I can't stand the summer.
Oh, it must be brutal down there in Georgia.
As always. That's why they call it Hot Atlanta.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, there's good and bad of why here in Jersey you don't know what damn season it is. It's actually quite nice right now, but we'll see how long that lasts.
What's your overall impressions on Jonathan Gannon?
I don't know. It's largely been the same ever since we hired him. He's the type of guy that you don't expect to have an elite shit-wrecking group at defense, but he's definitely not going to be a joke. He's solid.
What's going on, Ruthless? Where you hiding? So what do you think about Sirianni wearing the whole no one likes us, we don't care? What do you think kind of perception that brings to the team?
I don't know. I think it adds on to the fact that he wants to return that style of culture to the team, and it can only be a plus. But on a side note, I definitely believe that no one likes us, we don't care. That's a bullshit slogan, because every time the fake news media or these douchebag pundits come on and say Eagles are trash or Philadelphia sucks or it's a shithole and this, that, and the other thing, everybody flips the fuck out every time.
Yeah, you're right. What I'm afraid of is that, we're kind of going to be living in the past. Sorry, I got a call. That, we're going to be living in the past with that quote. I really don't want us to be living too much in the past,
Right, but we won't be. After all, Nick Foles and the Eagles actually turned down a reunion. The Bears they were saying that the Bears tried to trade him, but the Eagles weren't interested, and neither was Nick Foles. The Eagles really do want to create a new culture, and maybe bringing in some old stuff would help the new. Sometimes in order to create something really new, sometimes you got to put some old stuff in.
Yeah, you're right. What's going on, Adriel? Where you hiding? He says, what is your predictions for the Eagles this year? My ceiling is going to be 12-5, and my floor is going to be 6-11. What about you, Big D?
I agree 200%. I'd say the same thing.
What's going on, Jeff Bone? Where you hiding? I found out how to use StreamHard. Y'all gonna rock with me? Of course, always. I talk with this guy every day. He's awesome. He's freaking awesome. I see him on Instagram every day.
Nice.
He said, "Yeah, I like the Brandon Graham shirt. Sirianni wore. Yeah."
Brandon Graham on it? I'd have to take another look.
Yeah, because I saw the Jason Kelce one. I'm just hoping
think the Jason Kelce one's more iconic.
And you know something else? Going back to the old school stuff, I really hope we don't oversign veterans that overstay their welcome, like a Darren Sproles or a freaking Jason Peters. Like, do away with the old guys, like, Alshon Jeffrey.
Right. Agreed.
I'm really hoping we don't go
back. But also, in the same token, don't try too hard to not bring them into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
But
and also,
I don't think that's going to be as much of a problem. And also there's one move the Eagles made just recently that I'm not a fan of. Why in the ever living fuck did we bring Dave Caldwell into the fold? The general manager for Jacksonville. Oh my God. Hopefully he doesn't have that much say. It's going to be one of those instances where you're going to hope Howie has all the say.
Now, I also know that everybody is getting a clean slate. Why is Arcega-Whiteside continuously getting chances?
I don't know. Because they haven't gotten even close to the point where they're going to make the final cuts.
Jeff's talking about your comments. He said, "Why did you bring that guy in?"
I just don't understand it. That guy was awful with Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, as soon as I saw that on Instagram, Jacksonville fans were like, "Oh man, good luck with that."
Yeah, good luck with that. Reaper Talent said Carson Wentz is Indianapolis' problem now, and I totally agree. You got to deal with his Christianity and let's get everybody to church. All that, the whole ordeal.
Well, it's not really so much that. It's just that you gotta hope that he actually works on his mechanics and he starts taking that shit a little bit more seriously instead of going out there and hunting goddamn geese.
Exactly, because he was way too entitled here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is a good comment. I met Brandon Graham on the boardwalk on Mother's Day. Awesome dude. I bet he is an awesome dude. He's got an awesome personality. Very down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
Are you lagging? Shout out to Eagles champ. I hate Arcega-Whiteside. Can he fly Umbrella's ass out of Philly and take Ertz with him? That's exactly what I'm saying. I have a little bit more of a respect for because of what he's done. Arcega-Whiteside hasn't done shit squats. Nothing.
And he's probably not going to.
He can't
He'll probably be slightly better in preseason than he's been the past years, but it's not going to be good. It's probably going to be no use for him in the end.
He can't get separation to save his life. And even when he does, he can't even track the ball. My goodness. Who's the number one player that I'm most excited about? I'm going to have to say Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner. I am definitely picking this guy. 1,000
let's
yards.
answer that question. Eliminating Devontae Smith. Who comes after him? Because that's kind of an obvious one.
You know I'm going to say Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
What about you?
I would say either him or crap. Either him, not Patrick Johnson. What's that guy's name? Jacoby Stevens. I'm pretty excited about him.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't drop the ball and keep him on the sidelines all year, but I doubt that's going to be a problem.
We got Jeff looking forward to Jalen Reagor.
Oh, that's another dark horse.
Yeah, because he's definitely showing his ass right now in training camp.
That's good.
OTAs rather, sorry.
He's definitely. This is going to be his shot to really prove what he can do. He'll be the type of player where nobody's going to really notice him as much, and people are gonna underrate him. But he's gonna take a lot. He's gonna do the best with the chances he's getting. He'll probably have a couple drops here and there, but he'll probably get crapped on more than he probably should.
From what I'm hearing, he's having a lot of weight problems. He's a little too skinny.
Oh, he's undersized.
Yeah, but nobody, as Eagles champ pointed out, nobody is talking about Arcega-Whiteside's weight.
Why, is he undersized?
Yes, and nobody is criticizing him or finding him at all.
Probably because people just give very little shit about him. They care so little about him, and they're so sure that he's on his way out that they don't even bother trying to acknowledge it.
Okay. Eagles champ said, all we need is another quarterback other than Slay. I'm really having a lot of faith in this Zach McPherson guy from Texas Tech.
The draft pick we know the absolute least about, but he's got as much as we can ask for. He's got the enthusiasm, and as of now, right now, that's the most we can ask for. And that and how he does in training camp. But it would be great if we would go get Steven Nelson. It really would. But
yeah, because
if it ends up not happening, it is what it is.
Because outside of Slay, I think we are relatively young at cornerback. I think we need to just bring in one more guy, a veteran, like that can help out these young guys.
And it's also a possibility that some of these corners that have sucked donkey dick under Schwartz could possibly turn it around under Gannon. Sometimes all it takes is a scheme change. But
you're absolutely right.
But do you really want to bank on that, or do you want to just get Steven Nelson and let him set the example?
Nah, I think it would cost less money to change the scheme, and I think the Eagles did a smart thing by just going after Jonathan Gannon and taking advantage of the decision that Jim Schwartz made by just leaving.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I don't see Umbrella Boy. He's going to be gone. There's no doubt about it.
And that's another thing I wanted to mention. Like, Jim Schwartz claimed he wanted to just retire and just think about,
take a year off, rest.
A month later, he goes to the freaking Tennessee Titans.
Maybe they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. I don't know.
Maybe he wanted to get the fuck out of Philly. That's what I'm thinking.
Or maybe he just
he's a quitter.
Or maybe he just took a job that wasn't going to be so stressful, because I think he was named senior assistant or something. It's going to be a very easy job where he's not really going to be under any heat or anything.
Either way,
so technically he is still taking a break, but at the same time he's employed. He's got a job. So someone just gave him an easy ass job and he just took it. I mean, why not?
Eagles needs to go. Umbrella Whiteside needs to go to the Dolphins. Perfect for his stupid umbrella weather. I kind of think that's a good idea, but what do you think we could get for him? A late, maybe 6th, 7th round pick or something? Maybe a team has faith in him. Maybe we didn't use him the right way or something.
Perhaps, but either way, he's getting cut. I don't see anybody trading for him.
Nah.
What value does he have?
Nothing. I think the best thing you need to do is cut him.
Yeah.
Cut him. Like, first week of the preseason, after you see his dog shit performance, 0 receptions for 0 yards, was out there for all 60 minutes. Cut him. Yeah, trade
I think it's going to be a situation. I think it's going to be a situation where he'll do slightly better, but it isn't going to do it's not going to do him much good.
So who do you think needs to improve on this team the most that was here last year?
For starters, definitely Rieger.
Yeah, because like what he had, like 500 yards?
I mean, to be fair, he was hurt, and then he started really getting it going once Jalen Hurts took over quarterback. But he's had a bit too many drops. The thing is, he was getting open, but I don't know. But either way, for reasons both in and out of his own hands, either way, he's got to really step it up this year.
And I also think that, those times where Jalen Hurts overthrew him, he could have ran a little bit harder.
Yeah.
When you don't put your full effort out there, you're not going to catch those balls. You're not going to be – you got a lot of speed, Rager. Use it.
No, it's not quite alligator body, if anybody remembers that play. My boy Grizz showed me Todd Pussy Pinkston against Washington. I forget what year it was when they called him alligator body.
It was 2005 versus the Redskins. It was a Sunday night game. I remember it. Yeah, it was. I remember it vividly. Okay, let's see. He doesn't know how to get open. But when he does, he just doesn't use his full speed. That's the thing that gets me.
And he's got stone hands.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, granted he was a rookie at the time. 2019 against the Lions, he dropped the game winner.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Adam James? Where are you hiding? Maybe you can join in the next one, man.
Yeah.
Nah, not better than Pinkston. Reggie Brown might be better. Are you making a comparison to Reggie Brown? That might be a better comparison.
I would say that Umbrella Boy is definitely worse than Todd Pussy Pinkston. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can make a case that he is better. No, worse than what's his name? Matt Collins.
He's probably worse than Billy McMullen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I don't know. I would go as far as saying Sean Morey. I don't know if I would go that far. Although, to be fair, he was mainly a depth guy. He wasn't meant to really do anything. But I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yes, Adam James. This is a TL jersey.
Owens.
Yeah. That's TO. Get your popcorn ready, Adam.
He may feel attacked there. Because when T.O. went into the end zone and grabbed the popcorn, they were playing the Packers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where you hiding, Adam? That did happen to your team.
One of the very few times Green Bay lost to Dallas. Usually when those two teams face off, Green Bay comes out on top.
Yeah, he did join the Cowboys, Adam. He did. I don't know if you remember that. You were probably like, what, still in diapers at the time. All right. Shout out to
I would agree with Reaper there. We don't need Julio Jones.
We do not. I would prefer if he went to like an AFC team we would face like 3 years down the line. Julio,
Titans.
we don't need.
Oh, wait. We face the Titans next year, I think.
Yeah. That
Not
means
this coming season.
Yeah, we don't need Julio. We got a bunch of young guys who we think we can step up. All right, so I'm going to have to end this stream in about 5 minutes. Let's see here. Greg Lewis. Who remembers Greg Lewis called him slim, skinny, but wasn't great, but wasn't the worst?
If there are two major Greg Lewis plays that stick out, is when he dropped it one of the passes New England picked off, he was the target, and then he also has a touchdown in the Super Bowl, believe it or not.
Yeah, he does. You know who
I still to this day think he's better than David Tyree, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what Travis Fulgham can do. I don't think he had much of a chance last year.
That's going to be another interesting case, especially with Trevon Grimes entering the fray.
Because I felt like we put seniority, Alshon Jeffrey, over him.
Yeah, that was complete bullshit.
That was a dick move.
I think it seemed like they were desperately. In all fairness, lame Jabroni Smith was a tight end.
Mm-hmm. I used to love L.J. Smith. L.J. Smith was pretty cool for us. And Chad Lewis, too.
By the way, we took him over Jason Witten.
Yikes.
Exactly.
He still wasn't a bad tight end for us. Either one of them.
He was terrible.
What's up, awesomeness? Where you hiding? Congratulations on your Wizards win last night, but your season's going to end tomorrow.
Oh, man.
With or without Embiid. I'm sorry.
Was he a Wizards fan or something?
She's a she.
Oh, is she a Wizards? She's a Wizards fan.
Yeah. Awesomeness Sports. I rock with Awesomeness Sports. L.J. Smith stunk. He wasn't that bad.
He really did. He really did.
He wasn't that bad to me, especially in the playoffs.
He was quite mediocre.
Yeah.
I think he had a touchdown in that Super Bowl too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I think it was him, Westbrook, and Greg Lewis. They were all touchdowns.
Yeah. Imagine that.
And our wide receivers stunk back in the day.
Yeah,
Charles Johnson, Chad Stinkston. No, wait, what's his name? Todd Stinkston. Fuck, I'm forgetting a lot of names.
James Thrash.
James
I don't
Thrash.
think he was bad. I don't think he was as bad as people say he was, but he was not great by any means.
Mm-hmm.
He was mediocre.
Remember, some years later we had Hank Basket.
Yeah, we cut him. He went to the Colts. He came back. We cut him again. He went to Minnesota.
You remember Kevin Curtis?
Yeah. He was good in 2000 for a little bit of 2007, but of course his dumbass had to have Butterfingers.
We even had a stint with Dante Stallworth.
Yeah, wonder why that.
I even got my brother to back in the day when I was a kid. I got him to buy me that jersey too. God, he stunk.
I think I've seen some hype around him because he was the big free agency signing to replace T.O. I guess they just kept trying to force the ball so he could drop it like it's hot about 8 damn times a game or something. I don't know. I took somewhat of a hiatus from football during 2006 and 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Not making that mistake again.
Y'all remember Javon Curse?
Oh, yeah. That was my dude back in the day.
The freak.
It's just a shame he just kept getting hurt over and over again.
Yeah. Time to look into the future.
Absolutely.
That is definitely right. Man, our line is still sick though to this day. We're a team that like definitely thrives on the front four.
Yeah. Keyword front four.
This man said that you're exposed. He said, after this year, I'm taking a hiatus. What are you talking about? You're taking a year off from the Packers? Shame on you, bro.
Max Gene Gillis.
Javon Curse.
We all remember Nick Cole, King Dunlap.
King Dunlap has so many false starts. So many holding calls.
Every time there was one, you knew it was him.
King Dunlap, number 67.
65.
65, damn it. Darwin Walker. It is not Darwin Walker, it's Darwin Walker. Darwin.
I remember Sam Rayburn. I heard after his playing career, he got addicted to painkillers.
Oh, really?
Someone ought to check in to see how he's doing these days.
Oh, my God. Jerome Mcdougall. Yes. I love Jerome Mcdougall.
That wasn't him becoming a bust wasn't entirely his fault, but he didn't really do himself any favors against the Buccaneers. I remember he got called for 2 consecutive penalties in a row that ultimately cost us a game against the Buccaneers because he decided to grab Bruce Gradkowski by the damn horse collar and then bitch to the referee. It's like, dude, you got caught. When you know damn well another penalty will bring them closer to field goal range.
All right, so last question before I end this. What was your last great memory of any Eagles game? What was your last great memory besides the Super Bowl? Before the Super Bowl,
I would say going to the Super Bowl banner unveiling week 1 against the Falcons and meeting Desert for the first time.
Yeah.
We were supposed to meet Joey Shakes, but he had already taken his seat.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say outside of the Super Bowl, my favorite memory is definitely that Miracle of the Meadowlands number 2.
Oh, if you were factoring in before the Super Bowl, then I would definitely say that Christmas game against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
That was one I had to make it to.
Uh-huh. And it was a Christmas game.
Yes.
And it was so cold out there.
And the game ended with a touchdown.
The same as the Rams that year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Good times. We just need to create even more good times.
Facts.
Ooh, one more comment I'm going to read up. 52 years without a Super Bowl. Fuck you. Yeah, we definitely remember Rod Hood. Ryan Moats.
We took that guy over Brandon Jacobs and Marion Barber.
Y'all remember Reno Mahe?
I remember Matt Ware. I remember when Dexter Wynn and J.R. Reed returned kicks.
I want to say that Matt Ware was the guy who returned that, a field goal attempt versus the Chargers. It was blocked, and then he returned it for a touchdown.
That's who it was?
I think it was Matt Ware. I'm going to have to look back on that.
So if that's actually a fact, it turns out he actually did have a highlight.
Takeo Spikes on a slight stint.
The funny thing with Takeo Spikes is his most infamous quote is because when he left Cincinnati and joined Buffalo, the reason for doing that is because he wanted to join a playoff team.
I really thought
it never happened.
Buffalo, though.
Buffalo never made the. Buffalo has the Buffalo missed the playoffs from 1997 to 2000, I believe 17.
False.
A 2-decade span.
False. It was 1999, the last playoffs in
My
time.
bad. No, my bad.
2017.
My fault. I meant to say 1999 during that Music City Miracle. By the way, if you look at that play overhead, it was a backwards pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. You're talking about the Music City Miracle.
Oh yeah, I just mentioned that.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, man, thanks for joining the live. Thank you everybody for coming. Where you hiding, everybody? This is Where You Hiding signing off. Big D, any last words?
No.
No.
just gonna eat some gabagool and call it a night.
Gabagool. I still have to learn how to say that.
Just type it in on YouTube. You'll get the hang of it. And very few delis have it. You gotta go to like one of those pure Italian delis in order to get a hold of it.
But anyways, everybody, salute. Where you hiding? I'm out.